Oh, are we calling it the name we're calling it?
That's on you. I mean,
that's on you. If you want to throw a name out there, you do it. If you don't feel like it, it's up to you. It's your joint.
Remind me again.
Finessing with.
Finessing with. Okay. What is up, y'all? We are back again for another episode 3 of Finessing with Nana. And today we have Solo Drew.
How you doing?
Good. Thank you for being here today. I'm very excited. Of course, Ness spoke very, very highly of you, so it was exciting to actually finally meet you. So I'm gonna start out. You've been doing this for about 6 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we talk about this a lot on the show, about how to manage like coming up in the industry right now and how it's just always changing so much. And so like, how do you manage, staying consistent in this like industry, especially as like an independent artist right now?
Well, first and foremost, I want to say I appreciate y'all for having me.
Of course.
I would say like the first thing is just to make sure that you know like what you want to do. You know what I mean? Keep that goal in front of you and always try to strive for that goal, even if it's not like a long-term goal. It could be a short-term goal, but just keep trying to like achieve. And it's not always about like achieving, but it's about showing that you tried and showing that you put that effort in to do that.
For sure. And it's also, I was going to say, your promotion, even within yourself, is like really good, and it feels very current and fresh, which I like. So like, that's also very important. So how do you even come up with these ideas to make it so interactive for your fan base?
Like I don't ever try to like take the credit for everything. Like I have a team. Like everybody around me that I work around with is a part of my team. So like any ideas that we share upon each other or share amongst each other, I try to implicate that into like my content, the stuff that I do. I'm very like keen on constructive criticism.
Okay.
I take that in very well, and
That's
I feel like I
important.
always could improve. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And that's important to have like good people around you who can work well with you, but also could be honest with you. I feel like that's like very important. So like as far as like new music coming out and old music, what inspires you, or like are there any artists that you could see yourself working with, that you would like want to do a collab or anything?
Honestly, I'm down to work with anybody.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's all about networking and also all about just showing your fans and also other people that you're able to collaborate, you're able to be out, work with other people, you're able to switch up your sound, you're able to, if like a different, like if it's a drill sound, you're able to get on a drill flow. If it's like a country sound, you're able to get on a country type.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So yeah, I just feel like versatility once again. But as far as like artists, like I'm down to work with anybody. Just like like I like to see drive and not just like, cause me myself, like I know what I'm doing on a daily basis to like make this happen. And it's
Yeah.
like some people don't take it as serious.
Yeah.
And it's like just at the point I'm in my career, like I'm taking this like more serious than ever. So
Yeah,
it's like,
for sure.
I just want people on that same level mind as me to like
Yeah.
push the agenda and go forward.
No, for sure. So as you continue to progress and like grow, towards your goals within the music industry and everything, how do you feel like your definition of success, or how you define success, how has it changed from when you first started to now? Like,
That's crazy. I would say when I first started, I defined success as like numbers or seeing that like what like how many people are liking my stuff, how many people are like actually tapping in, how many views I get and stuff like that. But now I just view success as like me achieving the goals or the small goals that I set for myself, that like that like you know, or even the obstacles that I overcome to achieve those goals and actually do so and like
Yeah.
live through that and live that out. So
Yeah.
like even if it's like so a small thing of going to the studio, I got book a 4 hour session and I get 4 songs done. That's an achievement to me because I know that like I put the time, I put the effort in, and then also like I made my time worth it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
So
for
yeah.
sure. And hard work, it pays off, like staying consistent. I think that's very important. And I think that's something in the music industry that
Yeah.
is it's like a thing, you know. I feel like a lot of people have made it from like instant success,
Yeah.
just from like maybe doing something really quick that just sounded really cool or really, you know, happening now. And once they get it, they kind of lose sight of like the actual, you know, push for it and keep
Yeah.
going for it. So, you know, like as you keep going and you eventually get signed, like do you feel like you would want to get signed, or do you feel like as an independent artist it's giving you more space to kind of do what you want, how you want?
I'm not ever gonna say I'm not ever gonna get signed or just stay independent. I would say like whatever God, whatever Yahweh has planned for me, like that's what I'm rolling with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I know what I'm capable of. I know what I'm, you know, I know that there's no limit on what I'm able to do. So it's
Yeah.
like it's just like whatever the Lord has planned for me. Like I'm down. You
Yeah,
know.
for
So yeah.
sure. You're so positive.
Yeah, you know, you gotta
I
stay
love
positive.
that. No,
Yeah,
you do.
yeah,
I mean, it's definitely I'm working on this right now. That's why I'm like, such good energy. Um, I'm like working on just being more positive and having more faith, especially because I feel like now things just feel so hard a lot of times.
yeah,
Like it could be a lot against you, especially like you know, growing up,
yeah,
we're adults as fuck. So it's
yeah,
just like certain responsibilities. I
yeah,
don't know about you, but
yeah,
it be really like hidden, you
yeah.
know. So
You do.
it's good that you're able to balance being positive while still doing what you love and like going for it completely and like with your whole heart. You know what I mean?
It doesn't happen naturally. I'll just say like, you know, you just gotta have that mindset and just be thankful that, you know, you got another day. And it's
Yeah.
another day, another 24 hours to make something happen. Or even if in that 24 hours you do something that you love,
Yeah.
that, you know, you put the time and effort in, give it 15 minutes that day if you can. Like it's just all about putting that effort in and doing it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So yeah, it's like any dreams or aspirations that you have, go for it. Go
For
for that
sure.
shit. Achieve, like, you don't even have to achieve it, but like, you know, say that you tried.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You put your all in effort. And one thing that I could say that the biggest the quote that's like stood out to me in the last 5 years, I would say, something that like Ness said to me, and he was like, you don't want to look back when you're 35, 40 and be like, damn, I should have done that. Damn, I should have took advantage of that. Damn, I should have, you know, tried that at
That's
least.
the true
Damn, I should have
shit.
took leadership on that and did something. So I always stuck with that, and that always stayed in my mind even to this day now. So it's like, you know, I always try to make something happen, even if it's small or if it's a small time of my day, always try. So yeah.
No, that's a fact. My mom tells me that too all the time because she had me pretty young at like 19. So like she always tells me like, you know, just go for it and
Yeah.
like, you know, believe in yourself. But like, do you feel like the way you were raised, like in the household and like your parents, or they played a significant part in how you believe in yourself and how you go for your goals?
Um, I would say like as far as like music has always been like in my family because of like my
Yeah.
father. But I would say as like my far as like my dreams and aspirations, like they always like, you know, wanted me to do what like I wanted to do, but you know they're like West Indian parents. Like my pops is from Trinidad, my mom is
Okay.
from Jamaica, so you know
Oh,
it's like
okay.
school, making sure things is like
Yeah.
good in place before you do that. You
Facts.
know, so it's like yeah, but they like I would say like my family, my brothers, everybody's supportive of like what I do. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? There's like, you know, sometimes, you know, you want support from the people that you want it from and you don't always get it. But, you know, the people that do show you support, you got to always keep that in mind and always keep that on the forefront and just be like, all right, I got these people. So, you know.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's definitely important to definitely honor the people who do show respect and who do show up while they're here, while they're breathing.
Yeah.
That's something that I definitely feel. And so I know you have your bachelor's
Mm-hmm.
So where do you where do you have it in?
Communication technology.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like growing up, did you
Mm-hmm.
always know you wanted to like do music, or did you have another idea, like, or was college more so like the parents, like they were like, this is, you have to, or did you want to?
I would say like growing up, I always had a passion for music because like my pops was, like I said, was into music. He was a DJ. He was in a group. He had a record label, all that stuff. So
Wow.
I seen like I seen the inside scoop of everything, but I just knew that like I liked music. You know, like we would perform in front of him. Me and my brothers, we would sing when we was younger and stuff like that. But I never thought to take it like serious. It wasn't until like I got into college and like trying to figure out what I'm trying to do in my life and realizing that like music is like the thing that's there for me whenever, and like, you know, I always had a passion for writing and stuff like that, so it's like, why not try it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And tried it. Me and my man's TQ went to the stool one time, went to Ness studio, his old studio. We laid down the first song, and then that was history. Like from ever since then, we never stopped. I never stopped. So yeah.
What is it like working with Ness?
That's that. I would say, like, you know, first and foremost, that's my big brother. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, like he's a person that's always gonna push you. You know what I mean? He doesn't let you settle for what you think that you may find good. You know what I mean? Because there's always a better way to, not a better way, but a more like, how I say, to reach the audience, to reach the people that you want to reach. There's always a way to do something, and you know, one way is not always the right way. You know what I mean? And to always think that your way is the right way, I don't feel like that's the way to go about things either. So and that just still puts that battery in your back to like, you know, push yourself to do things, and then once you do it, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
like,
facts.
oh shit, I ain't think I could do that.
Yeah,
for real.
yeah.
So,
no, that's facts.
yeah, but
literally me.
he's encouraging. Like
Yeah.
he makes sure that like you try your best and you giving your best in that session, because he knows, like, you know, people have dreams and aspirations themselves. You know what I mean? So he takes it serious. And what I can say is like, he's talented. You know what I mean? He's I'll say best engineer in NYC.
Really?
Yeah, facts. Because it's like I seen the growth even like with him, and like even like I said, he was the first person that I started with for 6 years, and from the time I started off rapping. So to hear the sound or the type of music I make now, it's like an evolution, and he was the one to push me even into going into this sound.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, he always sees the and it's not just me, every artist he works with, literally he sees the what I would say, like, he sees that there's no limit on that artist. He sees that the artist is capable of more than what they think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, he pushes you to be the best.
Yeah. Again, good to have people like that around you.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
That's how this podcast came. Like, literally, the first time we met, he was like, do you have business cards? And I was like, no. He was like, we're going to get you business cards. So I'm just like grateful for, you know, that connection. And it goes because it's bringing everything together. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah.
So we'll cut this part out. So do you have, like, you know, as you continue to make music and stuff, like, do you feel like there's a dream festival or tour that you could see yourself on with a certain group of like artists? Like, if you could put together your dream tour that you're on with other people, like, who would it be?
Shit. That's a great question, honestly. Just me, like, it couldn't even be like, the lineup would be crazy. It would be like a Rolling Loud shit.
Love
like
that.
Because it's like I listen to different type of music. I just don't listen to one genre. So it's like I feel like there's different, how I say, source in every category. You know what I mean? So it's like the one person I gotta work with though is Chris Brown. One person
that was my literal first thought.
You know, that's the
I
could
one see y'all making a song together. I
Yeah.
very much could see that. Yeah, he was just on tour.
Yeah, Beastie Boy going crazy.
I said next year. you know.
But other people like Rod Wave, Tulsi, like I like YoungBoy, I like anybody like Vibes Cartel,
Okay.
Prince Swanee, every like it's different artists that I just listen to.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like so like I couldn't even just tell you like, you know, it's just
Yeah.
a variety. I would have
Okay.
a festival.
But Chris Brown for sure. Okay.
Yeah.
I could see like and this could be a good segue to the next question, but I could see Summer Walker, you
Oh
know,
nah,
maybe a
for
little bit of
facts.
that. I could see definitely Chris Brown. And I'm trying to think of who else. Because my music taste.
Summer Walker, SZA, her.
Yeah.
I need Jasmine Sullivan up there. I need certain people. Like I
I could
said,
see
I need a fuck. It's a
Kalani. Yeah.
festival
Yeah. No,
for
I could
all
see that.
ages, for all ages to come to and enjoy for real.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Like, yeah.
So I think also you have like a very nice like R&B vibe. I would say
Thank you.
that you do a lot of songs for the ladies too,
Yeah.
you know, which is
Yeah.
good. I personally like when artists have range and they're able to make songs for the ladies because like like I don't mind listening to like, you know, rap, like that's what I listen to, you know what I'm saying? But every now and then I like when they could be more romantic or say, you know, say something nice. So like if you could name like your top 3 R&B lady artists, who would you name? And who are your top 3 male R&B artists that like inspire you or that, you know, you like?
I would say a female artist. Because like I categorize everything differently for me in music in my head because I go from like singers to like entertainers because I feel like there is a difference. Like you could be like musically gifted and not an entertainer. You know what I mean? And there's entertainers. Like you know what I mean? Like
Give me examples.
Beyonce, Janet Jackson, certain people like that. Like who else? I can't even think right now. Yeah, there's a couple people like even what's the name? Glorilla, certain people, Cardi B, Nicki, all those people, like, you know what I mean? Like I say like, cause there's different categories in my mind to like how like in the music how people work or where people are placed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like there's people who are musically talented and musically gifted, and then there's people who are just like, you know, the face of something, like the like, you know, like they are able to deliver the product the way that, you know, their team seems to want the people to receive it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel you.
As far as males, I would say Chris Brown. Damn.
I'm really
I gotta
killing
throw.
these.
I gotta. I know it's gonna sound crazy, but I gotta throw Kels in there. R. Kelly.
Oh my goodness.
I gotta throw R. Kelly in there.
No, I'm joking. 'Cause the
I know,
cameras.
guys. I know. We're trying to separate the artist and the person. But as far as like musically, like yeah. And then I feel like if you want to take it there, like you could say Michael Jackson, but that's pop. But then you have like people like Tink, you have people like Tyrese, you have people like real singers, Giveon, you have it's different.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
eras
levels.
and
It's
times.
levels,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
And I do listen to everybody in different
Yeah.
times and different periods. So that's why it's so hard for me to really choose.
Yeah. So you say you listen to a lot of genres. What's in maybe the last artist or last project you listened to that nobody would expect you to be bumping?
That nobody would expect me to be bumping. Hold on. Let's check right now.
Yeah, go for
Let's check
it.
right now.
I love that.
Let's check right now.
I'll say for me, really random,
Mm.
but I've been on like this random Metallica kick. I don't know why, but I kind of like sometimes like like metal music.
Oh, metal music.
Yeah, just a little bit. Well, no, I'm not ashamed because I had like a whole phase with like rock music and all that. But like, I fuck with it. I love like the instruments. I'm really, really good on. I like instruments and music. So.
Nah, yeah.
Yeah.
I listen to everything. Like I listen to like John Bellion, people like that. What's damn. I just got to look through my phone. But one album or one person that I've really been listening to lately, or that like I've been a fan of for a while, is Friday. I feel like he's very talented in like delivering like the message that he's trying to portray.
Okay.
You know what I mean? As far as like even when you hear like certain things like his backgrounds, the choirs, like it shows like it speaks to his brand or to the type of audience that he's trying to, cater to. Yeah. So it's like I take that and I observe that and I'm like, okay, like I could feel that. Like I could see like what you're doing and I could in the music. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Okay, you just put me on because I never heard of him. So
Friday? Never heard of Friday?
I don't think so.
Oh my gosh, Friday!
I'm excited.
You never heard of Friday?
Maybe I have.
The one with Meek, the one the Proud of Me joint. You never heard of that? No. Yeah.
I hope I don't look crazy by saying that.
It's okay. It's okay. It's all right.
But
it's all right.
I'm gonna listen.
For sure. Tap in. He's a good. Like he's up there. He's up there for real.
You see these? This is like very much my vibe. Like I like old school hip hop, like rap.
Wu-Tang.
Yeah. So I'm trying to like get in more. I'm like trying to like, be more hip a little bit. I think I'm hip, but like I'm not hip. You know what I mean? So like as far as like when you write your music and stuff, and you say you love writing and it's something that you've enjoyed for a while, like how do you go about the process and like dealing with writer's block? Because when you're an artist you have certain expectation obviously to be consistent. So you're saying like you making 4 songs when you're in the studio, like how do you keep that going and what inspires you to keep writing? You know what I mean?
I would say like I never have writer's block in a sense. Like I have inspiration. So it's like if I feel like one day I wake up and I feel like I got a melody or like something I feel like I need to write to something, I'll do that. Like, or if I'm trying to write to something and I can't, I'll try to see different options. I'll go switch up the beat, or maybe not throw on the beat, just think of something, or think of something to write to, or just write. You know what I mean? Or just actually sit there and just bump beats all day. You know what I mean? To just draw inspiration off of that. But as far as going in or my writing process is really just like, finding something a beat that I could resonate with, or that I find is like, that's tough or different. I wouldn't even say tough. Like I like different beat. And by that I mean like something that makes me turn my head. Like you hear that shit and you're like, oh, like what's that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure.
I would just say like that's really where I draw my inspiration from, the beat, but then also like life experience, people that I'm around on a daily, stuff that they go through, things that you see on a daily and stuff like that, and like just talk about real shit.
Yeah. So as you've like continued to make music, do you have a favorite project or anything that's like a moment in time that felt very special within your career as you've been continue to grow?
I would say my tape that I dropped last year, Ready or Not, because like that was my first time ever putting together like a project, and seeing the steps and going through like what it takes to like get a project together, and actually being like, oh damn, it's not a 1, 2, 3 thing. You know what I mean? And even from the time that we started that project, working on that project from a year prior to when it was actually released. So it's just like, even taking that into consideration, it's just like the proper steps, promotion, rollout, everything like that. So even like, situating yourself on the beats. I don't use YouTube beats, so it's like I get everything from either Finesse Factory or from people or producers that I worked with previously. So even doing that, making sure that your beats are situated, making sure that your mixes are good, making sure that you sound good, making sure that you have a marketing plan or money to put into the rollout. You know what I mean?
For sure.
It's just knowing all the bits and pieces that go into the machine to make the whole machine work.
And it's a lot of pieces to it.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
It's a lot. But yeah, that project showed me that, like, what it takes to, like, do it, like, make it happen. And then also it was like, I felt like that project was, just the introduction to, like, me as Solo Drew, and just being like, this is just like, the cover letter to like what you gotta see,
This
so
is just the beginning type shit. So as you progress, like, what are your goals for, the rest of the year as you continue to go? Like, it feels like you are very much one of those type of people who, set your goal list, like you mentioned, and like you're very intentional about that. So, like, do you feel like you have a plan for the rest of your year?
Yeah, me and Ness just dropped a song called Secret of Maya. That's out now on all streaming platforms. You gotta go check that out, go run that up. You know what I mean? Produced, mixed by Ness, you know what I mean? So yeah. So that's out right now. Then we got stuff coming towards the end of the year, fourth quarter, most definitely. Stuff is coming.
So you're excited,
most definitely.
No, I'm
content-wise, music-wise, everything-wise, it's just a lot that we're going to keep on rolling out and giving to the people.
Yeah. We're excited, and that's exciting for you,
yes. I appreciate you.
To always have something to look forward to and to keep going. And then I think a good lesson from this, if it is, could be one that just to keep always going and being like, positive?
Yeah.
For sure. So
and having patience too, for real.
Yeah.
That's like one of the biggest things I learned is patience.
No, for sure. That's a big one.
Yeah.
That's something I think that we could all work on, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. So, like, coming up and, like, growing up in Queens, I think personally people who are born and raised here are so cool. Like, I feel like y'all just have like a little bit of a leg up on certain things just because it's just so quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you feel like growing up here, being raised here in New York, how has it shaped you as an artist? And could you ever see yourself like, moving or leaving from here?
Well, like, even just being from Queens, like, being from Queens is a melting pot of every culture. Literally, black, white, Asian, Indian, you name it.
Yeah.
You fucking name it. So it's like, even having the background from my parents coming from the Caribbean, it's like, of course that inspired me to make the music that I make, because it's like, I'm not just caught up on, sticking to this one sound or, doing this particular one thing. I want to, spread my horizons, see like what else I'm able to do. Like I said, push myself to do other things. Like, I even want to do country music, like tap into that. Like, like gospel music, stuff like that. Like, that's, I feel like once you tap into those different things, you can't be putting like, you're not limiting yourself to just be like this one particular thing. You know what I mean? And you're able to see that, oh shit, I could do it.
No, for sure.
You know what I mean?
I would love to hear country.
That shit gonna be different.
I feel like a little crazy.
Yeah.
It's such a market for it. I love it. And they make
their money.
They make good money.
Yeah.
Because that's like a whole different lane. Yeah, I realized that.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And it's like a whole different audience too, depending on how you do it. Like, even if you look at Big X the Plug, like he's segued the rap into the country music and now has reached both fan bases across both platforms, and it's like you can't deny what the hell he did and what he's doing.
I love it. And shout out to Beyonce because she used his
Word.
audio and
Word.
I was like, I just saw a clip of him talking about it and how she called his team and then it just kind of blew up from there. And I'm like, that's another thing I like is, you know, how do you say this? Not gatekeeping, like putting other people on. And I feel like, is that something that you feel like once you get in the industry that'll be hard to make connections or for people to be genuine? Like, is that ever a fear for you? Or because I feel like that's the natural fear, you know, as you continue to progress, that people sometimes won't always be as genuine. And like, you know, that's just kind of part of the game, I guess. Like, you know, so how do you feel like you'll handle those kind of things, or do you think about those kind of things even?
I've experienced those kind of things, like, cause I tend to think that I'm like, you know, a down to earth human being. So
Yeah, for sure.
nah, but yeah, like I experienced those things, and it's like you can't really stress on it or indulge yourself in it, because why? It's not the end all be all. You know what I mean? Like, you got to keep going. And then also, like, you don't really know what that person has been through. You know what I mean? Like,
That's
these
valid.
people, to get to where they had to go to or get to where they're at, people go through things. You know what I mean? And go through tough situations. So it's like, you can't be like, oh damn, this person should have helped me, or whatever the case is. Like, nah, like, I feel like if you put the effort in, you put the work in, eventually, and you stay patient, it's gonna happen.
No, for
You know
sure.
what I mean? And yeah, as far as gatekeeping, I just feel like I heard another thing too from, I forgot where I heard it, but somebody said that there is no gatekeeping, and that's the issue. And I also feel that too, because since, you know, the way things are now, anybody could make it, anybody could blow up off of whatever, and it doesn't take much, you know, in a sense of, if you do the right thing, or like, you know, however God shapes it for you, you know what I mean? But yeah, if before there was gatekeepers, there's people to be like, you know, you're good, and you're not. I mean, it works both ways, depending on how you work, how you look at it, you know what I mean? But yeah, I feel like as long as you stay true to who you are, stay humble, and I know who I am, you know what I mean, as a man. So it's like, I know that, you know, I must always stay 10 toes. So I don't feel like nobody could ever make me change my attitude towards, like, you know, being like, oh, fuck everybody, because, you know, y'all screwed up, y'all fake, y'all this, y'all that, the industry ain't this. Nah, because, you know what I mean, I know who I am as a person. So.
And that's important. That's all you can do is stay true to yourself, especially when you start to move through certain rooms, because people, I think, can pick up on anything and just kind of go with it and like try to use that against you. And it's just it's a weird industry, but it can also be something so beautiful, and like so much can come from it. So that's just an interesting thing I always feel like about music. Like,
and if you stay true to yourself, I feel like people are gonna see you for who you are, if you just remain who you are. Like, if you don't gotta change for nobody, you ain't gotta act tough, you ain't gotta do nothing out of the ordinary. You know what I mean? If you are who you are, and you know, and you live in that, like, people are gonna see that.
Yeah, for sure. No, I agree. So if you could give your younger self any advice, you know, when you first started out, what would you tell yourself? What would you tell your younger self? Like the person that you were when you decided, I'm gonna like I'm gonna do this music. I'm finally gonna just go for it. Like, what would you tell yourself now to then?
I would tell myself not to be so scared. You know what I mean? To take risks, or like, not to say take risks, but like chase the unknown. You know what I mean? Because, you know, it's one thing to feel like you know what you're doing, and then it's one thing not to know, like, well, what the fuck am I doing? You know what I mean? Or where am I heading to? Or like, what is planned for me? And even with the college thing, it's like, you know, even now I feel like, you know, that wasn't what was destined for me. I feel like that was something that, you know, I wanted to do because, like, I'm the first person in my whole family lineage to graduate from college.
Really?
Yeah. So that was like also type of achievement too, just knowing that the fact that, you know, I'm the first person to do that. So but yeah, just I would say, like, you know, music, that was like the one thing that, like, you know, I found, and it was like, you know, that's the one thing I'm gonna pursue.
It
and
stuck
for sure,
with you. Yeah, like it was meant.
Yeah, like it was destined to be.
Yeah,
and then
for
you know,
sure.
when you meet certain people like Ness, or you meet, you have the family, you have the Finesse Factory, you have people like you have you start to recognize, oh, it's more than you. It's like you start to realize you have the pieces to the puzzle. You just gotta assemble, you know what I mean, and make shit happen.
For
you know
sure.
what I mean? So.
And that is really that's really what it is. Like literally just like putting it together and not being afraid and having the confidence and believing in yourself. It all just boils down to that. So I feel like, you know, again, I'm really glad we got to have you on the show. And I feel like it's just been such a progression of like positivity and like just like feeling, you know, good about everything as you continue to go. So I'm excited to see, you know, what the rest of the year has in store for you, what 2026 has in store for you. I feel like this is going to be a good time for you and Ness. And so this was Finessing with Nana.
Yes. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you.